Well, howdy there, and welcome to Mower Mike's Garage. Yes, it has been over a year since I pumped construction foam into a lawnmower tire. Now, last time I did this, it worked great for about a month. Foam set up, I thought I was a freaking genius. We had a whole new thing. We were replacing air. I was getting pretty cocky. You know, 500,000 people watched me pump foam into tires. It was ridiculous. Until about a month after I posted the video, I went to hop on my John Deere LA 125 to my yard, and what had happened is that foam within that tire had broken down. I split open the tire. I showed everybody in the world. The foam fell apart. It was an absolute disaster. I did it again. I kept the tire sealed this time when I pumped it in. And I thought it worked great, but it didn't. The foam actually never set up. So I swore off ever pumping foam into any tires. That was until I was at Lowe's last weekend, and I ran into a product rep who works for Great Stuff Foam, and we had about an hour-long conversation about the various foam products. And I came to a realization. One of my issues when pumping foam into tires was that after a while the foam broke down because it was too rigid. Now, on my last test, I was using the Gaps and Cracks Great Stuff Foam. When I talked to this rep, she said, you can't do that because the Gaps and Cracks expands at such a high rate, it makes a very brittle and strong foam. She said, if you're going to do it, do the windows and doors. Because what happens is the windows and doors foam does not expand at this huge rate, and it makes a softer foam. For example, what I've got here, I've got two blobs of foam. Both are about a 2-second blast out of here. And you can see here, let me get a zoom in. On the right here, we've got the door and window. I can see right there, it's a fairly soft foam. Gaps and Cracks, it's hard. Look at that. I mean, you stick your finger in it and it breaks apart. Where here, you know, it's got a lot of give to it. So, I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna find out. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna drill holes in this tire and we're gonna pump it full of the blue foam, and we're gonna see how it works out. And I'm not gonna make the same mistake as last time and immediately tell everybody it works great. What we're gonna do at least 5 runs across my yard here. It'll take about a month to mow my 1 acre yard about 5 times just to see how it holds up. So if you want to see me pump foam in tires, all you foam freakish people out there, hang on, and we're gonna make a freaking mess. So let's get the drilling into this tire. All right, so the first step in this process is we need to drill holes through this tire. Now, if you watch one of my foam videos, I went straight through the valve stem hole and only did that. What happened is the foam never got the oxygen to set up. So it needs oxygen in there to set up, and that's why you have to do multiple holes in it to let it expand. No, this is not exact science, but I've done this more than I like to admit. So we're gonna go ahead and drill holes. Again, I'm gonna go with a lot of holes, you know, because I really wanna make sure it sets up. And what I got here is a 5/16 drill bit. So we're gonna go around, go around. There we go. All right, so we've got holes in the tire. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go around these holes and just go ahead and stuff it full of foam. This is the Great Stuff window and door foam. We're gonna go ahead and do it. And we're just gonna hit it. This is not gonna expand nearly as much as the Gaps and Cracks. Now, funny story about foam. I had so many pissed off people accusing me of pumping the foam business, where I like work for the foam companies trying to sell foam, which was quite funny. One gentleman actually pumped 8 cans of foam into a lawnmower tire. And then he got mad at me. I was like, hey man, one thing was for sure, I was very clear that you only use 1 can of foam, because this foam does expand. Now, I am very curious how this foam expands at the rate compared to the Gaps and Cracks. Because if you remember, the Gaps and Cracks foam did not require a whole lot of foam. Now oh yeah, this sucker has got to be filling up by now. So go around, go around, go around. Hopefully this can is big enough. You know, I'm still shocked that so many people watch me pump foam in tires. I think it's some sort of fetish, like a sexual thing, but with foam, I haven't quite figured it out. But people really, really enjoyed it. It kind of made my channel. That's why, you know, I kind of go back to what people want. You know, I'm easy, as we say. There we go. This thing is taking a lot of foam, ladies and gents. I also had people argue that you have to keep the foam container upside down to pump foam, which is totally wrong. I talked to the foam lady, she's like, no, you can pump foam standing up, sitting down, laying down, whatever you want. Also, there is a new brand of foam called Pro Foam, which I thought would be a good one, but don't get the Pro Foam. With the Pro Foam, you have to actually use a foam gun, which is totally separate. So just go with these guys. All right, let's see if we're still pumping foam. We are pumping foam at a very, yep, we're still pumping foam in there. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop boring you with all my foam stories, and we're gonna go ahead and fill this thing up. And all right, I'm gonna empty this can in here. So stick with me, and we'll see how this foam goes in here, and hopefully it sets up where I'm having this full tire here. All right, be back. All right, gang, we're back the next day. It's had a chance overnight to set up. I did talk to the Great Stuff rep. She said it needs 15 hours to set up. And so you can see here, it's set up, it filled up the whole tire. And what's different here, if you've seen my other tire video, the Great Stuff Gaps and Cracks, it blew up because it expanded so much. This just kind of expanded into the tire, and feels good, baby. Feels good. Whoa, whoa, I'm such a tease if you're into chainsaw porn. Wow. But anyways, back to this. All right, so we got it set up. And what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna go ahead and strap it up to my Cub Cadet here. She's got a leaky tire. All right, we have got the foam filled tire strapped on to my Cub Cadet LTX 1050. She's been the starlet of many Cub Cadet videos on my channel. And personally, I think it looks kind of cool. It looks a little crazy, kind of Back to the Future. You got these yellow dots around the tire with all the foam. And we've been thinking about this. I've talked to my R&D department, and we have put a 31.5% chance of success on this project. So that is based on our previous fails with foam tires, but we're gonna test it out and we're gonna find out. Now, I have not put any weight on this tire yet, so you're gonna see the first time we put weight on this foam-filled tire. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop my Summit racing jack down. Let's see if she goes flat. Hey, I'm not seeing a flat. All right, let me see here. Hey, she feels pretty good. Feels maybe a little soft. And there's some bubbles coming out down there. So I'm gonna make a run across my yard, and we're gonna see how far she makes it, and so stay with me. Oh my gosh. Well, as you can see, I didn't even make it through mow my yard one time before we had a catastrophic failure on the foam-filled tire. As you can see, it started off okay at first, but then the foam inside just slowly breaks down and your tire just goes flat on anything with any type of weight, like a lawnmower. I mean, whoever is recommending this on YouTube is a complete moron. Do not watch them, because this is just a disaster. I wanted to test it on 5 yards. I made it through about 30 minutes of lawn mowing. So please, whatever you do not pump construction foam in tires. Even if you just like watching it, watch me pump foam, but just don't do it. Do a tube is usually your best choice, or a new tire, patches, slime. I've got a great video I'll post below on better ways to fix your tire than foam. Just please stop doing it. So with that, Mower Mike's out, and catch me next time.